Fisticuffs and Bubs, man. My man's Tony. My man's Ev. I'm your boy Bouye, man. We back, man. Lot of good fights. We just got that ESPN card last night. Shout out to those fighters, man. Everybody that participated in that card.
Sir.
Tremendous job. It was some great fights.
Yeah.
We only gonna highlight a couple out of that card, though. Shout out to all the up and coming fighters on the card.
Shout out.
Definitely want to highlight the Lindolfo Delgado. He fought a guy named Luis Hernandez. He fought him. Action-packed fight, great fight. I was flipping back and forth between that and the Buffs game, so I missed a little bit of it. But I did see the stoppage. What a stoppage, man. So did you guys get a chance to catch that fight last night?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Got the highlights on you.
Yes, sir. Good stoppage, fourth round. Damn near beat him to death. Thank God for his safety, man. But another top rank, another top rank card, another mid card. Not really much to talk about and touch on there.
Yeah.
Besides the main event.
Yeah.
I mean, Delgado was just a little too much for his opponent. Just outthrown him. Just loaded up on his punches. Had a crazy uppercut. Oh, God.
That snapping uppercut.
Man. Vicious, man. Stifling uppercut. So it was a, exciting fight. And Delgado put on for the people, so.
Yeah, for sure, man. You guys see Delgado being a world champion anytime soon?
Hard to say.
Yeah.
Hard to say,
man.
Right
so
many fights out there to make. So many guys that got to get in there and, mix it up. It's we don't see, man. But then again, the way the belt's getting thrown around, who knows, man? You got so many interim champions and, it's so many belts going around in one division. It's enough for everybody if you ask me.
Yeah. That's true.
So it's early though. But do I think he's a champion caliber fighter? You gotta see him in them deep waters, man. You really can't.
It's too early.
It's too early.
It is early for him. It's early. I agree.
Some tougher competition for him.
Yeah,
we can just give him that, before we can crown him.
Yeah, well, he was in sort of a dogfight last night. He did get the fourth round stoppage. Like we all pointed out, tremendous uppercuts. So shout out to Delgado, man. We'll see.
Yeah.
We're gonna be paying fisticuffs and Buffs. We paying attention, man. So we're gonna be looking out for you. Now, obviously, we want to talk about the main event, the big one, Effie Ajagba versus Joe Goodall. Now, a quick little background about them. They actually fought before in the 2014. What was it? The Commonwealth Games, 2014 Commonwealth Games, and Joe Goodall. He got him. He got Ajagba.
It's a long way, man.
Yeah,
long way. You talking about 10 years, professional. You wouldn't have been able to tell, man, last night.
Man. Yeah.
You wouldn't have been able to tell. It was an early stoppage. I think it was an early stoppage. I don't know how you guys took the fight or how you seen, do you disagree with, not so much disagree, but do you agree that it was an early stoppage or, do you think he could have kept going? But, Commonwealth Games to nah.
Hey, big improvement from Ajagba.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was an early stoppage. For some reason, they're starting to stop these fights a little bit earlier than what we anticipate.
Depending on who it is.
When guys are getting rocked out there. But Ajagba, a lot of people have been talking. It's been talks that he hasn't been handling business and people are tired of him and all this other stuff is what I've been hearing out here. But he went in there last night and went to work. It was just a lot of jabs, stifling uppercut.
Oh, yeah.
Stifling. It was what, man? It was probably the worst uppercut yesterday in the whole world.
That we seen.
Just because it's a heavyweight, man, it just looks so much worse in there, man.
Yeah.
So for his opponent, but different variations of punches, man. He did his thing. I'm proud of Ajagba, man.
Where do you guys think he work? Or you guys think he stacks up against the heavyweights? Running the division, obviously. We got Tyson Fury. We're going to talk about him a little more in depth later. You still got Wilder lingering around, Anthony Joshua, and then, of course, Usyk. Where do you guys think he stacks up? Can he win a world title up here at heavyweight?
Yeah, I think he can win a world title, but he has more work to do, man. I don't think he's quite ready for anybody in like that top three. But who does he fight? If he got some fights. You see what I'm saying? That's my whole thing with Ajagba.
Yeah.
You know, he what 20-1, something like that, man. He got some fights. I mean, you still got guys, Frank Sanchez. You got some heavyweights out there that he can get in there with. I mean,
I would love to see that fight.
I personally feel like that the heavyweight division, it don't take long to get your shot at a title. You know what I'm saying? That division is, you know, you don't even have 4 horsemen of the heavyweight division. You know, you had an Anthony Joshua who, I don't want to say lackluster, but he had some defining moments. I would consider it defining moments in his heavyweight career that I don't think a lot of people seen coming because of his stature and his physique. Like, he looks like he's ready for any of those top guys, and he is a top guy in the heavyweight division. But I mean, Tyson Fury, you got to look at a guy like Tyson Fury who looks like he's never in shape. But I mean, it's really hard to accomplish everything that you set out to accomplish when you fighting somebody of that size, and he's unorthodox and he's skilled. And that takes us to the Ngannou fight. You know, I kind of don't want to jump right into that, but since we on the topic of the heavyweights, it's definitely, I personally think that it's room for him to go there and get it done soon. But I mean, if it's the inactivity or people saying that he's not doing enough or he hasn't proven, I mean, who has? You look at a guy like Andy Ruiz who came out of nowhere as a replacement, and now he's in the talks. Smaller heavyweight, does have skills. He kind of got shelved a little bit, or rather he shelved himself, like a Deontay Wilder type situation right now. These guys are still threats in the division. If you ask me, depending on who they get in there and mix it up with. So, he absolutely, I personally think he right on schedule.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
But who does he fight? Sanchez? Just give me one more person besides Sanchez.
It depends.
Probably Andy Ruiz.
Andrew Ruiz. That's what I was thinking.
I mean, you still got guys like, it just depends on how his handlers see him, where he stacks up in rankings, because you still got guys like Robert Helenius. He just took a devastating knockout to Deontay Wilder, but these are still names. These are still people who, they're in the division. They belong in the division, and you got to get through these guys to get to those top guys. If you can't get those top guys, when you want them.
Big Baby?
No, I agree. You said Big Baby. I don't know if you ready yet, man.
You ain't ready for Big Baby.
I don't think.
And then you got a lot of, you got some foreigners. You got some foreigners you can get through in the heavyweight division, man. You got some older guys, some older heavyweights. It just depends on, is it the inactivity, or is it that you want to see these guys immediately get in there with those guys? And we know who got the belts, and we know who those guys are. So if they can't get those top guys, then, I mean, the way the boxing world is now, in terms of the risk and the reward, if you know that you can't get those top guys right now, is it about inactivity? Is it about staying active? Because if that's the case, if you're going to put me in there with whoever.
Yeah, I think it's always important to stay active. I think, we kind of seen that with the Errol Spence fight. I think, obviously, they want to say he was drained, but that on top of inactivity is never a good thing. You got to be active in there, and that's why Terrence took that fight against what's his name, Varnish. Oh man, that's why Terrence took the tune-up. Yeah. That's why he took that. All right, sweet, man. All right, we got some good stuff coming up in there with Ajagba, man.
Looking forward to Ajagba.
I think we'll see how he does, man. But hey, great revenge win against Joe Goodall. Go ahead and revenge that in devastating fashion. That's a hell of a way to get it done. Now we got some upcoming fights, man. These fights, bangers, so y'all better make sure y'all watching out for them. The first one we got coming up, Shakur Stevenson, finally back in the ring. Very happy about this. He's fighting a guy, De Los Santos, and that's coming up November 16th. All right, so November 16th, watch out for that fight. To me, nice. I won't say a soft touch, because I've seen De Los Santos. He's a good fighter. Nice fight for Shakur Stevenson to warm up to be able to fight the big fights that we want to see. Shakur has been running his mouth. He's been talking a lot. I've been seeing it. We all been seeing it. The tweets, him and Devin Haney going back and forth.
I love it.
But oh no, we love it. We love it, man. And I'm excited for him. But what do you guys think about this upcoming fight, man? I think the general consensus, we just excited to see him back in the ring.
Sir.
That's what it comes down. That's what it comes down to, man. Because ultimately, he's a horseman in the division.
Yeah.
Even though he's early in the division, but if we can't get the fight that we know you want to see, we know what fight you want to see. If we can't get the fight that you want to see, then I'll take it. Let's get him in there because it has been talks about him, talking a lot and not fighting. But I mean, who's really fighting more than once or twice a year right now? So it's
true.
I'm excited to see him get back in. I love his style. I love to watch his style. You got some people that's he's a boring fighter. Me being a student of the sport, I love to see him fight, man. It's called boxing for a reason. It's not called brawling. It's not called fighting. It's not called let's fight 8 times a year like it's 1970. Hey man, especially the way that people writing the fighters off. You guys got to stop writing the fighters off after a loss, man. Everybody has their day. True. You got so many things that could happen in training camp. You got so many things in your personal life, like Jamal Charlo. Yeah. You just have things that's going on that can, be like a hindrance in your career or could set you back. And the way a lot of the analysts and the way a lot of the fighters should understand and empathize with these other fighters, more than anybody, because they understand the troubles and the trials that comes in the boxing world. So it all comes to the way the people treat the fighters. It make you don't want to fight that often. It make you don't want to take those fights that we would like to see, that if you on your way to a title, then that fight could be the determining factor if you get that title shot or not. So we got to start respecting fighters more, man. We got to start respecting the sport more and understand that a loss is bound to come. Some fighters get to lead the sport.
Not gonna be undefeated.
You're not gonna be. Everybody isn't a Floyd Mayweather.
Especially if you want to keep getting the big fights.
Yeah.
Right. What Tony's saying is exactly right. If we want the big fights, I mean, we gotta accept that one of our favorite fighters is gonna take a loss.
Yeah. Let me go on the record. Let me go on record and say this: the Super 6 tournament was one of the best things that ever happened in boxing. I don't think it was the weight division to present it in, but if you want to bring tournament style basketball, bring back tournament style boxing. That way we can see the best fight the best in that division, and we don't have to take so much and discredit so much of these fighters.
Facts.
Let's bring tournament style back.
Shout out to Andrade Wars who won that.
That's my guy, man.
That's my guy.
Shout out,
SOG.
Yeah, that's my guy, man.
Shout out to
Andre Durrell.
Yeah,
100%.
Shout out,
sir.
Yeah, man. So, you want to see those big fights? Bring back tournament style boxing. If no one is going to make the case to bring back tournament style boxing, well, let's just let these fighters coast their way to a title shot and get their same opportunities. If you make a change, if you're going to complain about it, make a change. You got different umbrellas, you got different promotional companies, you got different matchmakers and managers and advisors and so many different handlers. And, ultimately it comes down to what those entities think, is the best thing for you, and they split your career and they split because it is a business. Let's bring tournament style boxing back.
Bring it back.
I'm with that.
Bring it back.
I'm with that. I'm with that, man.
With that,
100%.
Bring it back. Yeah, man. I want to say, vote for Tone, bro. Like, bro, we need to have him on
this guy.
But no, De Los Santos, man, and Stevenson. I think this is gonna be a good fight. I'm eager to see what De Los Santos is gonna do. They're both young fighters. I think De Los Santos is a little younger, has a little more reach, and has more KOs too. So we'll see if he can navigate through the technician, Stevenson, and get a win.
Yeah, this is good. This is good because, like Tone hinted at, the fight I want to see is Dev versus Shakur Stevenson. Really,
he want to see Dev versus anybody.
Really, Dev versus anybody.
Him,
any of the world champions. Well, a lot of them ain't world champion. He got all the belts. But any of the top guys in 135, obviously 140. Because that's gonna happen.
Dev personally.
I don't know Dev personally. But we will soon. Shout out to Bill. He gonna come up here. Shout out to Dev. Team Haney, man. I'm rolling with Dev,
I respect it, man. I respect it, man. I respect it. Dev is a great fighter, man. For sure. He's exactly what the sport needs right now. He's young, he's hungry, and he's making boss moves in the division, and he's showing up every time. So, you know, hey, shout out to Dev, man. He gonna get in there with whoever.
That's what I love.
I don't even see him being out. That man might go straight to 147, man. He going wherever that bag at.
I hope he don't go to 147.
Him and Bip, no, not right now. But I'm saying, he 5'9". You know, ain't no telling. You know, he looked a little drained in his. You know, I ain't gonna say which fight, but he looked a little drained. But you know, he is still the belt holder at 135. We'll see how he hold up against Regis Prograis at 140. But I definitely don't see him staying down that long, man. You see a lot of these fighters, you know, they stay in these divisions for a long time based on their size and you know, they the advantage that they have in that division. Dev gonna end up going up, man. I mean, I don't want to let me say I know that's real premature, but I'm just trying to fit so much into, you know, how we see Dev right now. The expectations is, I'm sure everybody has big expectations for Dev, but if he can't get those, them boys scared. He got to go to 140. I mean, they don't really want to see Dev. They don't want it, man.
The only reason he's keeping those belts at 135 is so he can potentially make a big fight with Tank or Shakur Stevenson. Which, to be honest, man, I don't see the Shakur Stevenson fight happening no matter what. I do see the Tank fight potentially happen because it's a lot of money.
Felt like that.
No,
I'm glad you. To
be honest,
I respect that. I respect that.
We got more of a chance of seeing the Tank fight than the Shakur fight because Shakur, to be honest, I mean, and obviously we know that he passed the eye test, great fighter
for sure.
However, he just doesn't have the goods as far as the name to be able to. You know,
I wish he didn't have them belts.
I feel like Tank is the bigger fight, and then we seeing that Devin Devin is becoming more of a household name. We seeing already what his fight with Regis Prograis is already almost sold out. So, and that's coming up here soon. I mean, since we're talking about him, I mean, Devin, his fight is what date is his fight? December 9th coming up here.
And just to shine, I'm not to cut you off.
No, you did.
Just to shine light on the accomplishments that Devin is, you know, having right now. We're starting to mention them more than we mentioned the Tank. You know, it's starting to be more of a Devin Haney out of the Four Horsemen, man.
Tank had the prison sentence that kind of set him back a little bit with the clout, you know.
Hey, it was a county sentence or something like that. But
or the county. My bad.
I'm gonna say
it's two different things.
Listen,
for sure. My bad.
We starting to talk about Devin more than we talk about Tank. I'm getting a little worried, man.
Hey, man.
I'm getting a little worried because.
But I think Tank's sensitive too.
Like
Tank's sensitive too.
Like,
hold on, bro. I might have to go fight, bro. Because what's going on, bro? Why we talk about Devin?
I don't think Devin. I don't think Devin want that like he think he want it. You know, but who knows? It's boxing, and you know it is Devin Haney. He has shown to be a tremendous boxer. You know, even though I see things that some people don't see. You know, I won't mention those things, but. You know, Tank is a different type of animal. You feel me? He's a different animal. He already done proved what he can do at 140. I mean, Jose Pedraza, Mario Barrios. We gonna see what Devin can do. You know, we can see how his power and his skill translate to a bigger weight. You know, and then we know because obviously Tank walked around heavier than Devin Haney.
Yeah.
So, hey man, but shout out to Devin Haney. He running stuff right now, man. He big Dev right now because he calling all the shots. Him and Bill, they sending all the contracts. Jonas seems to think that they just out here passing out contracts like Girl Scout cookies.
Out like candy. Like
I can't argue with it. I can't argue with it, man. I see it. Yeah. I see it. I do see it, brother, and I respect it.
Yeah. I mean, and but that's the reason that right now Dev is one of my favorite fighters is because they're taking the action. Even whatever it may be. I know some people are like, you know, he might be just throwing it out for perception purposes and stuff like that. And I get that.
Just say it, brother.
And I get that. But you know, even if it's perception,
good, man. Perfect where you at, bro.
I'm talking perfect. I'm talking
no, but it's one of those things. I just like that he wants to smoke, and that's what I want to see from any fighter. It don't matter who it is. The fighters that want to smoke, that's what we want to see. They willing to put risk that. It's because Floyd, he set the precedence that if just what we talked about earlier. If you take a loss, then your career is over and you ain't worth nothing. But it seems like Devin is not really scared to potentially take a loss. Tank ain't nobody easy to just be calling out. Shit, I wouldn't be calling out Tank. Shit, I'd be staying far away.
If anybody has a right currently in their career to, call out Tank for a fight, it's absolutely Devin Haney. It's 1,000% Devin Haney.
I agree. Yeah. I agree.
Excuse me. And if we're talking about the big fights that's to be made in that division, what's to talk about if we not talking Devin Haney? You understand?
Right, man.
That's true.
Yeah. Haney Tank, we want to see it.
We definitely want to see it. And I wouldn't be mad at Haney Shakur. I wouldn't be mad at that.
No, Haney Shakur, you want to see that too?
Honestly, that's more of an exciting fight.
Yeah.
That's more of an exciting fight. The styles match up a little better. Man. The size match up a little better. Let me not say that. Let me not say that. Because Tank is short.
Yeah.
But he's not a small guy. So I don't want to say, I just personally think in terms of style matchups, Devin Haney and Shakur does on paper for face value match up better.
I agree.
But I just like to see Tank in the ring.
Oh yeah, who
doesn't?
You never know what you're gonna get.
I just like to see Tank in action, man.
You never know what you're gonna get when Tank in there, man. We kind of know what we're gonna get. Somebody gonna probably get stopped, but
it's gonna be a knockout.
But somebody gonna get stopped.
Somebody gonna get stopped. But we just don't know how it's gonna unfold, and that's what's so exciting about Tank. Watching Tank,
man.
Man, I can't wait for these fights, man. We got some other bangers coming up. Benivedz versus Demetrius Andrade. That's gonna be a great fight. And then we just got some other news. Jamal Charlo on the undercard with Jose Benivedz
Jr. Man,
I just got a little bit better.
I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming, man. I would have seen. First of all, man, when I was coming up in boxing and Jose was active and he had his things going on. This guy was fighting at 147, and then you see him fighting at 154. Now you see him fighting at 160. Like, it ain't nothing. I don't know if it's the opportunities and him just not, living up to the hype. No disrespect that people have for him, and I don't know if that played such a major part with him going up to 160 to fight Jamal. But to see him fight Jamal Charlo instead of Jermell Charlo is crazy to me.
Crazy.
But hey, if they want it, I want it for him.
I mean, he did play a heavyweight in Creed, so maybe he just like reminiscent of some shit.
He did. He did.
Played a heavyweight
he did.
So maybe he
played it well.
I can go up there and make something happen. And then of course, there's always that lingering, thought process that Jamal been out of the ring so long, and maybe he rusty, and maybe
or maybe he just just comfortable where he's walking around at, because
that could be it too.
Most of this has to do with where you think your power translate in the division that you're trying to run through, and we don't know what Jose walking around at. He's probably taking a fight at 160. He's probably walking around at 180. A lot of these guys walking around way heavier than you would think. I know Tank walk around at probably in his 180s. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so.
Sure.
He's probably just comfortable, man. We starting to see how the weight draining and the urgency to make these smaller weights. We starting to see how they having such a toll and taking such a toll on these fighters. Yeah. Personally, Errol Spence being one of those fighters. And we see how detrimental that is to these fighters' careers and their health. So hey, he could just be comfortable walking around, and he don't want to lose that much weight. So he figured Jamal, he's been inactive. It's been publicly, disclosed that he's been having problems and his mental isn't 100% there. So why not take a fight with one of the biggest fighters in the sport,
Yeah, I don't think, I'm going to just go ahead and say I got Jamal.
Stop it.
Y'all haven't said who y'all got yet. I'm going to just go ahead and say y'all got Jamal. I rock with you, Jose.
I rock with Jose. I know him.
It's a great card.
Personally, I've trained alongside him. So,
but yeah,
my bad, y'all.
You good? But yeah, I'm going with Jamal, man. I think he's going to outbox him
by stoppage with a jab.
Even despite the layoff he's had.
With a jab.
I'm saying it.
It's possible too.
I'm saying it. It's on record. I'm saying it with a jab.
I can see it.
Yeah, Jose. He got work, but
with a jab or or overhand right behind the ear.
Ooh, I can see
he's
it.
specifically calling it.
I'm telling you, man.
I can see both.
I'm telling you.
He done got a couple people out there both those punches.
Yeah, it's either overhand right or or Jose bending down and him extending the right, but it's going behind the ear. It's one of those two. I'm calling it now, man.
How many times you gonna hit the canvas?
Ooh,
twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
It just depends on how. It just depends on his mental fortitude, man. I done seen 2-3 times they getting up ready. I done seen him go down once and not never get up. You know, we all done seen it. It's kind of hard to say, but with the power that Jamal, I say if he go down with a jab, he getting up. He might get up. You know, he might get up once.
Then he go hit with the overhand behind the ear, like you said. And that's
if he get hit with that shot, man, he might not get up. Yeah, that equilibrium shot something different, man. He might not get up from that. But I don't want to. I'm going on record and saying I can't like. I don't want to say I'm making a declaration, but I can see that happening.
Oh yeah, facts.
But Jose is a tough fighter, man. So
that's what I was about to get to.
Man, he might go down once and win. Might not go down. You know, it's boxing.
I think he'll be very selective too with his shots. I don't think he's gonna go in there and try to like brawl him. Yeah, because I don't think that'll be very wise. But I mean, we talking about the Benivedz brothers, man. He is. You know, his last name is Benivedz, bro.
He got that work. He got that work.
He ain't the Mexican monster.
He ain't the Mexican monster, but Jose can fight. It's all in the family.
And Jose was the one.
That's what I'm saying.
Coming up, man, he was the one, man.
Before the incident.
Yeah, before the incident. And look, let's put an asterisk by that because that could be the reason why we're not seeing the Jose.
I think so, man.
We should have.
You never let that heal up.
You know, so
properly, I think.
Hey, man. Hey, much respect for him. For, you know, because to my knowledge, he wasn't supposed to box again.
That's
so,
what that's what I'm saying. Much respect
to Jose, man.
Definitely a warrior for hopping in there.
Definitely a warrior.
Definitely.
Still
much
wounded,
respect
man.
to both of them,
That's
man.
crazy.
They both then overcame. I mean, even with David and the weight loss, man. Shout out to them boys. They gon' work.
They working.
You know, shout out to their pops who been real
working.
instrumental in their career, man. Them boys.
And that's what I mean by that last name.
You cannot write them off. You definitely can't write David off, but let's not write Jose off either, man. But it's a big test for him.
It's
not even really a test because I mean he's had other tests, but it's a big fight for him.
Yeah, for sure. And like you, to your point, I'm happy he's still getting the paydays, man, because his career was definitely supposed to probably be over, but he overcame. So that's what boxing is about, man. That's what I love about the sport in general. So shout out to Jose Benivedz.
Shout out to him.
Man, we'll quickly touch on Ryan Garcia, man, because he is, you know, one of the horsemen. You know what I mean? He got a fight coming up here soon. He's about to fight December 2nd against Ocsar Duarte. Now, Ocsar Duarte, solid fighter. I think Ryan should be able to overcome that challenge. He should be able to beat him, and then we'll see what's next for Ryan. I more so want to talk about that than, I mean, no disrespect to Ocsar Duarte, but what's next if Ryan is able to overcome that challenge?
It's hard to say, man, because the career that we seen him is more social media personality than boxer.
True.
But he's a dangerous boxer. He's a dangerous fighter at 135, man. Whether the people see it or not, you know, that boy can fight. So I mean, who knows? It just depends on where he see his career and he. To my knowledge, he has made comments lately or made a statement and said that he's going to focus more on boxing. He put so much into his social media career. You know, maybe we'll see a different Ryan because it's still room for him to, you know, solidify his name in the boxing world. You know, he's not a small guy. He's a bigger guy. He's able to make those smaller weights. He's very, very, very lightning fast. And we've seen him have some success. You know, even though you see him on Instagram more than you see him in the ring, but come on, man, some of these fighters you don't see in the ring or on Instagram. The inactivity is crazy. Super facts. Hey, shout out to that. Yeah, it's some other fights that I'd rather see him in just because of the build up of the tank fight and the other fights that he's been mentioned in. But yeah, let's see him get the Duarte, man. Let's see him, try to get him out the way, and then maybe we could talk about him being one of those names again right now. Because I mean, after that loss to Tank, which it is Tank, but the question has always been the question: is he taking boxing serious, and do the people really take him serious?
Yeah. Yeah, what you think? Yeah.
I mean, I think he takes it serious. I think he takes boxing very serious. I think he's gonna get Duarte out of there, man. And I want to see him in some more fights, and hopefully a title fight down the road.
Honestly,
man.
I mean, Duarte got a nice record, man. He's like one loss, 21 knockouts, something like that. 20, I don't know his exact record right off the back of my head, but his resume isn't that concrete. So who knows?
Right.
You know,
it's a solid test for Ryan. Especially, you know, well, I'm more interested to see is how, you know, what changes we gonna see from Ryan since he's been training with Derrick James. That's what I'm interested to see. Like, are we still gonna see the Ryan that just want to come out and throw left hooks all night?
Right,
Obviously, he got fast hands, fast 1-2, and a couple combinations here and there. Are we gonna see his combinations improve?
That's a great question.
That's a
great question. He got the hands to be able to give you great combinations, but you know he doesn't throw them. He just depending on that left hook, which is beautiful, by the way, but. We need more, Ryan. We need more. Especially if you're going to beat the top guy. You're going to beat Devin. You're going to beat T.O. You're going to beat... Yeah, you're going to need more. So
definitely going to need more in your arsenal than just a left hook, man. Because, I mean, them boys out there fighting for real.
Facts.
You know?
Real. You up getting better and better each day.
It is.
Yeah. Learning, you know, everything, man. Learning how to fight, going backwards, everything, bro. It's a lot to the game of boxing, to the art of boxing. I know, Tone, you can definitely attest to that. Sure, but it's a lot to it, you know, that meets the eye. But I want to see Garcia put his head down, really get to work, and become that guy, man. That's what I want to see for Garcia.
We'll see, man.
I think he's a good young man. Personally, you know, I think he means well. I think his heart is probably. His heart for just being a good, vibrant personality is probably bigger than his desire to be a world champion boxer.
Right.
But I do think, I mean, he's been boxing his whole life, you know, the majority of his life. But by his presence being so strong in other areas of his life, we don't, you know, shine enough light on that unless you are very, very much involved in boxing from the amateurs to the pros, then you would understand how he is one of those ones, you know. But it's like right now is the time to really make those adjustments and make those changes. I mean, even with a change of trainer, this is your opportunity right now to show everybody this is what I do, this is what I've been doing, this is where I you know, I truly believe that I belong, and I'm gonna show y'all why I'm still one of them guys. And you know, it's been too much to discredit me as a boxer because of my social media platform. But let me show y'all that I've really been working for this, and I'm really one of them ones. And I think that he could be one of them ones. But it's those. Hey, like Jonas said, man, it's those adjustments that you have to make. You know, you got a new trainer, the check hook. The lightning fast hook, the 1-2 is not enough. It's not enough for them guys, man. It's not enough for Devin. It's not enough for Shakur. It's not enough for Tank. It's not enough for. I don't think it's enough for anybody. Where he is in his career.
Not the top guys. No,
absolutely.
It's gonna be tough, man. But hey, we can't wait, man.
I can't wait.
Show us something, man.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Show us something, right?
Shout out to
Seriously,
Ryan.
I can't wait. Shout out to Ryan.
Shout out to Derrick James.
Oh,
shout out to Errol Spence, you know, for accepting him.
Yep.
And hey, we ready to see Derrick James get his fighters back in there, man, and get to where they belong. You know?
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Frank Martin as well.
Yep.
Shout out to the Ghost.
Shout out to the Ghost, man. Hell yeah. Now we talked about ESPN Card, right? Now, we just had Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou, huge promoted fight, big fight.
Yes.
Tyson Fury gets the dub,
yes.
You know what I mean? So shout out to Tyson Fury. Shout out to Francis Ngannou for putting on a tremendous performance.
Big shout out.
Big shout out
to
performance.
Big shout out.
Definitely shocked a lot of the critics.
Yes, he did.
Was probably supposed to make some people some money. But he didn't because Tyson Fury won. Now, because Tyson Fury won, and this was an ESPN production, we're not in the punch drunk category here today. So shout out to that, fellas. Yep. You know, our record continues to grow here. However, you know, we want to kind of discuss, you know, a couple things, right? First, let's start with y'all thoughts on the fight, man. What did y'all think about the fight and the outcome and how it went, just in general?
I think it was an all right fight based on the fact that Francis is not a boxer. So by him not being a boxer, it was a good performance from him.
Yes.
It was a better performance from him than it was a fight or performance from Tyson Fury.
Facts.
What you think, brother?
No, I think the same. Although I did think it was more exciting, maybe because I'm just that, I don't know, you call it fanned out or whatever, just because I'm just hype about boxing. But you're right. It was more a terrible or not the same Fury that we're used to. Or, I can't say that. Honestly, I've seen a lot of things that Fury does to other fighters that just wasn't working against Ngannou.
Styles make fights.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Style make fights.
Exactly.
This is a fighter who's crossing sports. This is a mixed martial arts fighter. So styles make fights. We see what happened when you get in there with those styles that you're not familiar with, with those unorthodox styles. So what do I think about the fight, or what I think about the performance? Those are two different things there.
Yeah. So just like about the fight in general. So I thought it was a solid fight. You know what I mean?
Let's get to the good stuff.
I thought it was a solid fight. You know what I mean? But I do think, Francis put on a much better, and I thought the fight was exciting too, because I wasn't expecting much out of Francis Ngannou.
That's why.
You know what I mean?
I didn't expect him to go down.
It was a good fight because that's what we want when we see these fights that we wouldn't think that would be made. Even though now, yes, you have mixed martial art fighters coming into the boxing world because they want the check. That's another check.
Yep.
So
bigger check too.
It's a bigger. It's another check, and that gives them opportunity to still reign supreme in their original sport.
Yeah.
So I think it was a good fight because of who fought.
Yeah.
Do I think it was? I'm more so, like I say, I don't think Tyson Fury had the performance that I expected him to have.
I mean, obviously he's not fighting in December no more, so something changed.
Yeah,
so
Ngannou put a little bit of a beating on him.
Yeah.
Now speaking since we talking leading that way, right? Ngannou did put a little bit of a beating on him, but did he do enough to beat the champion? Because that's what it comes down to too.
I don't think he did enough to take the belt from a champion based on how we've assessed, should a fighter, when we had these close title fights, do we think that these fighters who came and they put on a better performance than we expected, do we think they did enough to be the champion? We've known since the history of boxing, since the history of champions, that to beat the champion, you have to dominate the champion. You can't just go in there with these big fights because it's a lot of money riding on these championship fights. And do you think that he did enough to take the belt from Tyson Fury? I don't think he did enough to take the championship status from the champion, but I think he did better than we expected him to do, and it is arguable that he won the fight.
Yeah, in the words of Ric Flair, to be the man,
you gotta beat the man.
You gotta beat the man. And I don't think Ngannou did enough. Shout out to him. He had a good fight, but he did not do enough to beat the man, Tyson Fury.
And who's going to let that be the written, story of boxing right now in the heavyweight division? Tyson Fury is the man in the heavyweight division. Sir, we all know how this works, man. We all know this is a business at the end of the day, and it's a lot of pockets thinning out, because of these fights. So it's, hey, I'm not in the business side of boxing, but I am in the sport of boxing. I don't think he did enough to take the belt from the champion. I don't think that but I think he did better, and I think it's arguable and it's debatable and it's respectable. And to the people that do think Ngannou won the fight, I'm not mad at you for thinking that way, because he did way better, and he did put them whooping on Tyson Fury.
He definitely did. And like Tony said, boxing is a business. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, a guy coming from the UFC. Let's just say, because I don't even think he's with UFC anymore. Let's just say mixed martial arts, coming to beat the lineal champion. Like, how would that even work going forward? Okay, let's say Tyson Ngannou did win. The decision went his way. He win. He lineal champion.
What is it? What is next?
What's next?
That was my next question.
Does he just retire?
What's next for him?
Do he fight Usyk instead?
Right. What's really next?
So is he even ready for the difference in the sport and the movement of the sport and the requirements and the expectations of being the heavyweight champion?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So they
all good questions.
In short, they couldn't let that happen. Like boxing just couldn't let it happen. Although maybe you guys wanted to see it. I don't know if I wanted to see that or not. I wouldn't have minded. It would have been interesting.
I wanted to see it for a reason that I won't touch on, but I definitely want we here with it. I wanted to see it for one reason and one reason only. But I respect the sport enough to know that hey, as Ev said, man, to be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Woo! Facts.
Hey, listen though, I'm hearing talks that they trying to get Zhilei Zhang versus Ngannou.
Count me out.
That's gonna be crazy.
Count me out.
Why, bro? Hey, that's
I'ma watch it, but count me out.
That'll be a heck of a fight. I know y'all heard us talk about Zhang up here, man. Zhang, he beat the crap out of Joe Joyce, man. So that'll be a crazy fight, and I wouldn't be mad at that fight, man.
I wouldn't either.
Be mad at that.
I really wouldn't. And then my last question is: do y'all want to see more fights like these? Like, are y'all?
Not really. Now this one just happened to be good, but overall,
unless it's an MMA fighter like what's his name, Cody Garber. I don't want to say his last name wrong, but he has a boxing background, and he took a couple fights in mixed martial arts, but I like my man. He can fight. I think he's from like Ohio or something like that. And it's crazy because at one point in time I had more information on him and I was more familiar with, his upbringing and where he was currently in the sport. But this was probably like 2016 or something like that. But yeah, fighters like that who has those solid boxing backgrounds, I wouldn't mind seeing them come over to boxing. But fighters who strictly have a MMA background or who didn't get involved into MMA in their later years, man, I'm cool. Save it. Count me out. But it's a fight, so I'm watching.
Yeah.
And I might be doing other stuff while I'm watching it.
Right.
I'll watch it.
Like placing the bet.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
What you think, Gail?
Throwing shots. I'm playing.
What you think about?
Oh, what the Zhang?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm down with it, man.
He down.
Yeah, you know it, man. I want to see it. Ngannou already proved himself that he can hang. So if he can hang in there, yeah, I want to see it, bro.
Ever want to see two people in this hallway box?
Hey, he ain't lying. I love a good. I love a good
I
fist of
respect it. I love it, man.
Feel me?
I love it.
I love it.
I love it, man.
I don't know why I'm like this, by the way.
Hey, somebody got to do it.
Somebody got to do it. No, but hey, man, super excited about the upcoming fights, man. Of course, we're gonna keep y'all posted. Anything happen coming up. Now, of course, this is all we always got to end with this, right? For the good of boxing, right? Obviously, these is fights that we want to see, fights that we think will enhance and help out the sport of boxing. I want to start with the women's one. Let's switch it up a little bit.
Let's
now,
go.
Amanda Serrano, she just fought. She just beat Daniela Ramos just recently. I think it was October 27th when she won that fight. Tremendous performance. As usual, Amanda Serrano is a great fighter, great technician, and they're really just an output queen. She gonna punch and punch and punch until she win the fight, basically. So shout out to her for that. But for the good of boxing, I mean, I think it's time, man. I mean, Amanda Serrano, Alicia Baumgartner has been making a lot of noise.
Let's go.
We need that fight. I think that's going to be a great fight for the sport of boxing, especially women's boxing, to keep bringing it to greater heights.
Yes.
What do you guys think about that fight? Can it happen? And if it happens,
it's going to happen.
There we go. I hope so.
It's going to happen.
I hope so.
It has to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to be a great fight.
It's going to be an awesome fight.
Hey, for the good. As a matter of fact, because we love our women. We love our women boxers. We respect it. Another good fight for the good of boxing. Hannah Gabriels and Clarissa Shields again.
Oh, man.
Hey,
Let's go.
Hey,
let's see it.
Since we already on the women and we love our women boxers, man. Hey, Clarissa Shields and Hannah Gabriel and Clarissa Shields. We love to have you down here to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
When that fight
we love the women fighters on this show, man.
Please.
So shout out to Amanda Serrano. Shout out to Alicia Baumgartner. And I'm wishing her the most right now with what's going on, because that girl is special.
Oh,
and we can't take nothing away from her and what she got going on and what she accomplishing. So, and Amanda Serrano is different. We know she's different. That girl is a Puerto Rican, Killa. So, hey, let's get into it, man. What you think, Ed?
Yeah, shout out to Serrano. Great performance yesterday. Was defending her with WBA, WBO, and IBF title. Also made history yesterday. The first time 2 women went 12 rounds. 12 rounds, 3-minute rounds to unify the belts. That was a huge thing. So shout out to those 2 ladies. Great fighters. But I do want to see Serrano versus Alicia Baumgardner.
Gots to happen.
I think that's an incredible, very entertaining fight. I think that's going to do numbers out here.
Oh, man.
I know both fighters will put on a stellar performance. They both love to throw a lot of punches.
Highest output.
They both had skills to pay the bills.
Yeah, man.
And, oh, God, in the words of Big Sean, bro, like, I cannot wait, dude.
Yeah, that's going to be a great fight. Great fight.
Sure,
yep.
sure.
So I think we all agree it has to happen and most likely will happen because they kind of are like, boom, it's like crash course towards each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even
though Amanda Serrano has the longer,
career,
like the longer reign.
Yeah.
But it's always room for the new puppies, man. So,
Facts.
hey.
Facts.
Yeah.
I think Alicia earned it. She earned it.
Heck yeah.
Excuse me. Green strap. Green strap.
Oh,
yeah. So,
she cracking out here.
Come on, man.
Now we got another for the good of boxing. Now this Devin Haney, I call it just Devin Haney versus everybody, man. Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney versus Tank. Devin Haney versus Devin Haney.
It's for the good of Haney right now.
Versus Teofimo, Ryan, whoever. I want to see it. It don't matter. I think we need any of those fights. I feel like they're good fights. And we need to see them, man. Somebody need to sign some contracts.
I agree.
Somebody need to take some concessions. Should take 25% if you got to, if you want to be undisputed. And I get it. If you want to wait until the fight is 50-50, whenever Devin drops the belts.
It ain't going to be 50-50.
Yeah, Devin holds too many cards.
You can hang that up. It ain't going to be. So as long as you go into it, like with that mindset that it possibly might be, even 60-40, that man right now, that's life-changing. Next time Devin offer you one of y'all 25%,
go ahead, man.
Hey, get you something on the back end.
Build off of that.
And if you believe you got it, Shakur, you believe you got it, man. Come on, man, renegotiate. Y'all know how to get in contact with each other and make it happen.
And then do the rematch. Flip it. Okay, all right, I'm taking 25%, okay, pending, and if I win,
at least agree to that.
You feel me? The rematch got to be the same.
Devin, Bill, present that to them.
Yeah.
Make that an option for them,
like,
because who not going to want that? Hey, man, listen, that's why I say bring back tournament-style boxing.
Yeah.
Facts.
Let's fight 2-3 times, man.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Let's fight 2-3 times. It might be your night.
Dog, can you imagine a tournament with Shakur, Dev, Tank, Ryan?
All dogs.
Best thing, best thing in the history of boxing. Guarantee, I'm saying it.
Yeah.
Bruh.
I'm saying it.
It got to happen,
I'm
dog.
saying it, man. Bring back tournament-style boxing.
Make Tony the commissioner, dog.
Man, right now.
I'm serious, dude. Make Tony
I
the
do it for the low, too.
Make the commissioner.
I do it for the low.
You feel me?
Man.
Yeah.
Man, awesome, man. Well, we done had a good time with y'all. Any other for the good of boxing? I always want to make sure I ain't leave nothing out. Any other ones we thinking about, or we? That's it. There we go. Well, of course, we gotta let y'all know, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us, man. Shout out to all our subscribers, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yes.
We got some new merch coming for y'all pretty soon.
Share. Fisticuffs and Buffs. I don't know why I don't have a hoodie on.
Don't worry about it.
But I don't have it on.
It's coming.
But
Don't worry about it.
I know. Hey,
we doing testers.
Yeah, we doing test runs right now. And I had my own opinions on things, but them boys look good, man. Shout out to my brothers, man. Fisticuffs and Buffs. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share.
Please.
Facts. Yeah, take us on out of here, my boy.
Yo, like, subscribe, share, keep tuning in every other week.
Facts.
And keep those hands up. It's Fisticuffs and Buffs. Let's get it, baby.
Yes. Killed that motherfucker.